So, Mr. Raina, I've shared the link. I'm going to share the link in the chat as well. Just give me a moment. So, I would request all the other members who are here on this call, if you can share that YouTube link with all your colleagues. So anyone who's facing a challenge as far as SSC online or this Microsoft team is concerned, members can join in from one. Give me a
Sir,
moment.
where did you
And
share the link of YouTube?
I'm just sharing it with you in the chat, right? And
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
there it goes. So you can have a look. It's a YouTube link, and whatever that we're talking over here, it's streaming live on YouTube. So anyone can join from there. So please share this, and we'll start in exactly in the 3 to 4 minutes from now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We can start now.
Mr. Aaron, let's go.
Just Chetan, give me 1 minute. I'm just sharing the mail to the all the people who are in loop already, including the library. Just 1 second. Another minute and that's it. Yes.
You're sharing the YouTube link.
Yes.
By the way, anyone who's facing any challenge in respect to Microsoft Teams, there is one thing which should take care of this, because if you join Microsoft Team, the link that has been provided for Microsoft Team link through a laptop, it does not require anything as far as registration is concerned, or making your ID is concerned, or downloading your software is concerned. Download software isn't required. We just go online, you click on that link, and it says open on a Teams app or on a browser. You open on a browser. It only asks you for download when you join in through the mobile phone. So just for the future, if you have a Microsoft Teams, join through a laptop. It does not require anything, and you can just simply get going.
Right. And I have just checked we are live on YouTube as well as of now. So we can start the session right now, straight away now. So let me just introduce myself. I'm Rajesh Raina, trainer over here, and with me I have my colleague Mr. Chetan Singh Gill. So together we'll give you the presentation on SSC Online with regard to various search features, advanced searches that are there, and some other what you can say. Just one second. I think I am. Just one second. Yeah, while that YouTube was also running parallelly, it gave me a little bit of echo. So we'll talk about some hidden features also, which are there in the software. Maybe some of the students are not aware of that as well. Um, so Chetan, if you can come in the sense, what would be the way ahead as far as the putting this training into effect is, like they are all considering the senior students, LLM students. So I would also suggest ask the students what are their expectations. I mean, they are already aware about the software and they are using it for quite some time now. So if let me just quickly then start. Right. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. 10-15 minutes. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. I'll straight away now jump into the software. I'll just share my screen and then we'll quickly start. And first thing here, I'm just showing you the main page, home page of SCC Online that you can see over here. And when you go to the login area, here you should have IP login appearing, because considering this time around we are using the remote access through remote access all these softwares while sitting at home or a hostel. So what we require is this IP login through your remote access, which will be there in your university already. And once you have this IP login, you'll straight away log in and you'll be able to, you know, uh, access the software. But if at any given point of time, suppose one person, no, the person has not registered and is, accessing it for the first time, it will also prompt you to register your login ID. So for that purpose, you'll use the below bottom link, that is register here, enter your ID, that's your email ID and your full name, and click on register and login. And in the next screen, it will ask you to enter the year of graduation, and that's it. So once you have registered, next time around, you will straight away use the login and click on login now, and this way you'll be getting access to the software. So this is one part of logging in, and the second one is where we will also show you what all is being covered over here. Apart from the Supreme Court cases that you have, we also have the federal courts and the Privy Council, as you can see over here. Let me just open the PDF, which will give you a all the detail in one single document, one page. Over here, you can see the federal courts, the Privy Council, all high courts, some select few landmark district courts judgments as well. Historical courts, courts like provincial courts like Ajmer, Goa, Kutch Lower, Burma, Awadh, etc., Rangoon. Then the appellate tribunals for, say, let's say electricity, FEMA, NDPS, AFT, CERC, CIC, Company Law Board, Competition Commission of India. And if I scroll up on the next second column, you can see the rest of the tribunals that are there: DRT, IT, AT, NCLAT, NGT, SEBI, TDSAT, etc. And then we have the Indian statutory law, that is the Central Act, the State Acts, rules, regulations, notifications, circulars, bills in Parliament, both introduced as well as passed in both the houses. Those bills are there. Then entire Constituent Assembly debates, volume 1 to 12, reports of various commissions and committees, including the Law Commission reports, pre-independence as well as the present ones, then policy documents of various departments of the government, then the moot court resources, which helps you in preparation for your moot courts. That material is also available. And in the foreign law, we have tied up with ICLR of UK. So you get law reports, weekly law reports, business law reports, the three journals from 1865 till date. Then Bangladesh, East Africa, South Africa, you have the Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and other countries, including United States. So Supreme Court cases of those as well. Then foreign statutes and acts and international courts. So that is the data coverage that we have in this SCC Online. And when we log in, the first screen we get to see the main menu, and the main menu comprises of three segments: Research Plus, My Library, and the links. And the Research Plus will be used where you have to enter your queries. You have to search on a party name or a citation, or maybe by any section, etc. So you'll use that time, the Research Plus section. And the My Library section, as the name suggests, is like the physical library that you have in your campus. Same way, you have an electronic library here in the software, and every topic that you see over here has one common feature, that is browse. So it's kind of a browse section over here. And a third one, as the name suggests, links will give you access to the external links or websites like Singapore Supreme Court cases, Singapore LawNet, and Hein Online USA, our microblogging site, and our parent company, Eastern Company. There are a couple of links are also available. So we'll be focusing more on these first two. Now, coming to the My Library, during the pandemic, what we created was the curated topics option. And how it works, we have various laws here, like constitutional law, public law, corporate and commercial, intellectual, arbitration, taxation, etc. So you select the one on which you want to do your, let's say, research. I am selecting corporate and commercial law. So under corporate and commercial law, I can see competition law, companies law, and insolvency and bankruptcy, cryptocurrency, securities law. So you see the list over here, which is being displayed. Now, under this index, if I select one particular specific topic, let's say competition law. So under competition law, what I'm seeing is the statutory law, the rules, regulations, notifications, circulars, case laws, and articles as well. In other databases, you might see even bills and other materials as well. So what I can now browse through is the statutory law of the competition law, right? That's what it means. So I'll just expand the statutory law, and I'm not able to view the competition law statute right now. First one is a real estate section, 38. Then we have insurance, then Electricity Act, also 7986, 131 and 23, etc. Followed by that, I have 3-4 from petroleum and natural gas, then insolvency and bankruptcy, couple of sections are there, then Motor Vehicles Act and Companies Act also. And finally, I can see on the bottom, Competition Act, that is the principal act under this topic. So the rest of the sections are also relevant to competition law. So that's why they have been kept over here. So that thing of curation has been done by the our expert editorial team to save on your time, so that all the information is placed under one head at one place. Similarly, for rules, regulations, notifications, and case laws as well. So if you browse through the case laws section, obviously under competition law, you will have thousands of judgments, but here you have only a select few, like 10, 15, 20 at the max. So what all these are the most important hand-picked judgments decided by our editorial, and accordingly they have been kept over here. So this segment is like a quick referencer where you can immediately come to know the main important, let's say a case law or a statute with regard to that particular principal topic. So that is what the curated topic is all about.
Sir?
Right. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but could you just put on the recording, because we have to send the recording to the batch. Those who could not attend the session
for recording, we'll have to take also permission from the higher authorities. So that was a query which was initially told by some of the students. So recording as of now is not available as such.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So in the My Library section, you will also be able to browse through the law reports, whether it's the All India Reporter or All India Cases or any other journal. The same way goes for the Supreme Court, High Court and tribunals as well as far as the judgments are concerned. Now coming to the browse and acts and rules. Now what we have over here is the Constitution of India, the Central Acts, the State Acts, notifications, circulars, etc. But in the Central Acts, what we have also additionally done, let me just show you one of the acts, let's say Evidence Act. And the entire Bear Act is now being displayed in the second column. I can immediately save it, mail it, and print it at one go. Now, browsing through the chapter 1, let's say, of the Evidence Act, I can see the blue colored highlighted lines over here on the subject applicability. So on applicability, I can also read these lines, and on the bottom of this para, there is a citation being mentioned. That is Union of India versus T.R. Verma, AIR 1957. Followed by that, there is another one, State of Haryana versus Ratan Singh, and so on and so forth. 4-5 citation references are there. And then one more subject, natural justice again. So what all are these? These are all commentaries inserted by our editorial in the Bear Act itself. So they are not part of the Bear Act, but some additional add-on that we are providing to you. And the most important judgment on that particular subject is also mentioned. And these lines, in the form of commentaries, are also part of the judgment which has been cited over here. Right. So this add-on you will see in the entire Bear Acts throughout. Under particular specific sections, you have these subjects, and one important, or maybe on in the previous occasion, you can see that 4-5 citation references were provided there itself. And this is hyperlinked, this citation. If you click on this, it will open in a new window and you can read the relevant portion that you want. Close it and you're back to the original screen. That's the Bear Act. So that is a browse acts and rules. Similarly, you can browse through the articles and the secondary material. Let's move now to the word search. Now in word search, you are doing your search on the basis of a subject or a title or a topic kind of. So you will be obviously entering the query over here. Now, if I go for a very specific query, like I want the so let's say I want latest judgments on say culpable homicide. So what I'll do is I will enter key in culpable homicide in double inverted commas. Why I've done that? So that it is searched as a single word, not if without inverted commas I proceed with the search, it will search for culpable maybe on one para and homicide maybe in some other para as well. There could be a possibility. So I want it to be searched as a single word. So for that purpose, I am using the inverted commas over here. And what if I want the Supreme Court only? Because let's first see the results. In the results, it's giving me a mix of all. Means these 13,600 results are not from one particular court. They are from the High Court, the Supreme Court, the tribunals. There are acts also pertaining to culpable homicide. Then bills is also some of the bills are there, discussing this. Then legal business and articles as well. So first thing what we have is the USP, that is our digest note, that is a summary part. If you see the breakup, Supreme Court, then Privy Councils, and then the rest of the high courts also, I can just expand high courts and I can then see the individual numbers appearing as far as culpable homicide is concerned. Now, what I was looking for was the latest judgment of Supreme Court. But in the result is I am seeing all, that is, it's a mix of digest notes, judgments, acts, bills, everything. So to get the judgments of Supreme Court only, what I'll do is I will select on this only in front of Supreme Court. Thereby, it will deselect the rest of the databases and only show now 520 results out of 13,600, which are from Supreme Court of India. Now, the first one that I can see over here is a year of the year 2014, which obviously is not the latest, but I'm looking for one which is the latest. So for that purpose, in the result list, I have sort by option and the option of chronological latest first. Thereby, it will show me the latest one, that is 21st of September. Judgment on culpable homicide is right in front of me. So this way I can, select a specific court and then I can use the sorting option as well. Now let's move back to the dashboard by clicking on these 9 dots. The first one on the top, this icon, and I'm back to my main menu. And let's proceed with some more searches over here as far as the word search is concerned. Now, if I have a descriptive kind of a query, let's say it's kind in the form of a sentence. Now in SCC, what happens that while you do your legal research, it will search for all the words within the sentence. Let's say it's a sentence of around 10 words. All those 10 words, if they are appearing in the judgment single document, those only will be shown in the result list, not partial, as you have in other free search engines like Google, where even out of 10 only 5 are matching, it will still show up that in the results. Now that means if I go for a query, let's take the example of one example over here that I'm looking for judgments. There was a query that how to know if a homicide is a murder or a culpable homicide not amounting to murder. This is the kind of query. So this is the question that I have, but I'm looking for somewhat judgments on this particular query. So instead of entering the entire sentence, not necessarily the same sentence will be written by the honorable judge in the judgment. So it will, if it doesn't match, partially matches, it will not show the results that I'm looking for. So instead of entering the entire sentence, what I'm keying in is the main keywords. So one was homicide. So I'll type that. Then the other one was factor was murder. I'm keying in that as well. And then the other one was culpable homicide, right? So let me key in these 3 keywords out of the entire query. This is a sentence that I was, proposing. I want judgments on that particular query. So first thing, I'll use the double inverted commas for the phrase to be searched. And if I start the search, I'll definitely get the results, but it will show me again, not necessarily framing part of a sentence, these 3 keywords. So if they are mentioned separately in separate paras, this again will defeat the purpose. So I want them to be part of a sentence. So for that purpose, I'll use the near operator. And what does this near do? And that too I am keying in capital letters. So this is a Boolean operator. If you see just below the search area, it says use not, or, and near, all capitals between words, Boolean search. This is a kind of function. So it will search for these 2 correlating words in nearby vicinity, and that means within a range. So how much is the range? If you scroll down, it says Boolean near setting means 10 words range. I can increase it to more than 10, let's say maximum 20, or reduce it to less than 10, or if I want to these 2 correlating words to be appearing much closer. That way I can define the word range. Let me keep it by default as 10. And now let us start the search and see what all results we get. So obviously what I am expecting is that it will show culpable homicide, murder, and homicide somewhat in a sentence. As you can see, one criminal law digest note, the head note is there, summary part, where this is being mentioned, sections 299, 304, culpable homicide and murder, and the basic principles. Right. And similarly, if I now want to go for a specific, let's say, court, I'll just expand the judgments part. Then if it is High Court or Supreme Court, let me choose High Court. Then again, the one I'm looking for, let's say Madhya Pradesh. And again, it will now show me only Madhya Pradesh. And when I'm seeing this judgment over here, I can just simply go to use this in the 3rd column where the text of the judgment is appearing, this arrow, which will jump to that particular line where these words are appearing. So here you can see 299, culpable homicide, whoever causes death by doing an act with the intention of causing death or with the intention of causing such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, or with the knowledge that he is likely by such act to cause death, commits the offense of a culpable homicide. Whereas murder, 300, except in the cases hereinafter accepted, culpable homicide is murder if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of causing death. So that is the difference between culpable homicide and homicide not amounting to murder. So that was the near operator. Similarly, let's move on back to the dashboard and word search. We also have operators like not and or as well. So how they function and what is their utility? Um, See, if I'm looking for, say, multiple choices, or I have synonyms to search for simultaneously, I want to search because in the judgment, whether it is, let's take an example, freedom of speech, whether there's a very thin line between what is uh, within freedom of speech, what is ethical and what is non-ethical, let's say. So freedom of speech could be also uh, at times mentioned as prejudicial or detrimental or harmful, something like that. So these are all what kind of synonyms. So what I'm looking for is judgments on freedom of speech. So let's put that first. So freedom of speech being a phrase, I'll put it in double inverted commas. All right. And then the second thing is what I was looking for, maybe where it's mentioned as prejudicial or harmful. That's again a kind of a synonym, or maybe damaging, right? So damaging, sorry, spelling. All right. So these three types of words are there, and maybe detrimental as well. So many are there. Okay. So these are all similar ones, and I want to search for either of these within the software, because if I only talk about, say, freedom of speech is harmful, then there could be judgments where I will not be able to see them in the results, like prejudicial or damaging. But I want either of these, so for that purpose I'll use the or operator in between these words, synonyms. I'll use the or operator. The software will do what? It will internally search for 3-4 times for all these variants or the synonyms and give me either of them. And what if I had not put or? It would show me only those judgments, very rare, where all these synonyms are mentioned in the same judgment, single judgment. By virtue of which I'll be missing out on where it is harmful, or at times in another judgment it's detrimental. And in between, I'll put this bracket for these different synonyms to make the equation simpler. This is the kind of BODMAS we used in our school days. Same principle applies over here. So similarly, after the two correlating words or the query, within the query, I'll use the near operator as well. So that it's searched, say within a sentence. And let's start the search now. So that is what the or operator will do. It will now take care of either of these. So this is what you call. See, here it is detrimental to the freedom of speech, and this point number 4, it is prejudicial vis-a-vis freedom of speech. So you will get all the combinations what all are there as far as the results are concerned. Now similarly, we also have the not operator, and not operator, when we use it, when we don't want certain topic or subject to appear in the results. We want to keep that out of the results. So after not, what all I'll type will be kept out of the results. So for example, I'm looking for say, let's say judgment on on motor accident, but this motor accident, let me put like this. I don't want judgments where negligence is the main criteria, that this motor accident and there is a let's say to make it more relevant, let's also keep compensation. Let's see, I'm claiming compensation and due to motor accident, but I don't want those judgments where the negligence is being taken into consideration. I don't want that. So after not, what all I have keyed in negligence. So let's go to the search within search. You can do further narrowing down of the searches, and I'll type negligence over here and let's check cross check whether there is any judgment on negligence. So it shows 0 results. So therefore, it negligence due to negligence ones have been kept out of the results. That's what the not operator does. So these are all what you call Boolean searches that we performed. Now this apart in the word apart from the word search, you have other options here, like let's go to the words and phrases. What it will do is it will show me the definitions of one particular what you call legal word or a phrase. Let's say in this case I want one on res judicata, so I don't have to put double inverted commas here. So you can just key in the legal word, and on the bottom window you get to see the definition. Definition, either it could be from the statutory law, or it could be it will be from the case law, the judgments, or from the Wharton dictionary of UK, Wharton UK. So you see over here one judgment which has been been taken from Ramji Gupta versus Gopi Krishnan Agarwal, and the citation is also available. Then second definition, T.R. Ramakrishna Naidu versus V.S.V. Krishnaswamy. And followed by that, you also see one abbreviation, WHART, in square brackets. So this is a Cole versus Langford Queen's Bench. All right. So that definition is also being made available to you right here in the words and phrases segment. Now we also have one search method, that is finding by topic. Now in finding by topic, you will get a ready-made index of all the topics that our editorial has created. You see administrative law, you see arbitration, and then others are there, consumer protection and criminal law. Let's take again criminal law, and in this you will find abducted persons and criminal jurisprudence, criminal liability, and so on and so forth. There is a huge list. So if I select, let's say, police, and on the basis of the selection I can perform 3 types of searches. If I want to just I have let's say not much time at our disposal as far as the research is concerned. I have very less time. So for a quicker search, I can use the search in headings option on the bottom. What it will do, it will just show me those documents where police under criminal law is part of a heading. I mean this title. Whereas if I have more than let's say 10-15 minutes, I have half an hour, I mean I have some more time, then I can use the search in, I can choose the search in digest notes, which is default selected, which will give me all the summaries or digest notes of Supreme Court. And it's not necessarily that the police is part of the heading, it could be appearing in the digest note text somewhere else as well. And the third one is when you have ample time, let's say 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever. So, and it will search not only in the digest notes, but in the entire High Court, Supreme Court, and tribunals and whatnot, all acts, everything. So you can use the search everywhere, and it will search for that particular topic everywhere. Now, let's say I have selected this police and I click on the go button. And what I'll now see is the Supreme Court digest notes only on the topic of police under the criminal law heading. Right. So you can see the digest notes right over here, 9230. If I go back to the dashboard, I click on the find by topic. Similarly, I can rather than selecting from the list, if I type the subject over here, let's say topic over here, let's say police, and click on find title, not only you find it in the criminal law, that is how where we had browsed the earlier one. I can see one under armed forces also, though it's not the principal topic like police only, but it's talking about CRPF maybe. And similarly, you have customs. Again, there is justice and police option. Then doctrines, we have so many. Under that, you have doctrine of police power as well. Then human and civil rights also, there's police in action and armed forces, etc. And in service law also, you see various police manuals and etc. But the principal topic of police is also appearing under service law. So we can come to know that one particular topic can fall under more than one statute to a list, maybe. All right. So this is just for the way other publishers also prepare their indexes. Similarly, SEC, or in SEC also we have prepared these indexes for your understanding purpose. As far as the results are concerned, let's say in this case now, instead of criminal law, I'm choosing service law, and under service law, if I click on police and click on search, it will still show me the same results. So there will be no difference in the results as far as the search is concerned. But for representation purpose and for your understanding purpose, you can search the topic in the search area, and it will show me the entire topic tree. I mean, entire statutes under which it can fall. It can be more than one, of course. Then we have the find by party name option. Obviously, here you will be searching on the basis of a party name. At times, you might be having not the party name, but a name which is made famous by the media. So there are cases like Triple Clerk, Sabrimala, or maybe BMW Hit and Run, Mumbai Blast. So many are there. So what you can do is you can enter the famous case name in the second category, second section, that is search by famous case names. So the moment I keyed in Mumbai, it gave me some suggestions. So if I select one, let's say Mumbai terrorist attack case 2611, I click on find case. So now once I see the citation in the result box, it's the actual party name that's now being shown here. That is Muhammad Ajmal Kasab versus State of Maharashtra. So that is one way of finding famous case names. But what about the one traditional one where I know the actual party name? First thing first, you will select the court, the jurisdiction, whether it's a Supreme Court or a High Court. If you're not sure about that, you can simply select all jurisdiction as well. Then you will key in type in the party name. Let's say ADM Jabalpur versus Shivakant Shukla. So I can enter either the entire part, both the party names, or maybe one party name. But if you are keying in both the party names, in between, don't put any v dot or versus, just one single one space in between. Then you click on find case, and in the bottom result window, you'll get the unique citation. Now you double click on the citation, and this judgment will now open on the screen now. Apart from the judgment, you also see the digest notes or the summaries prepared by our editorial on the various law points over here. They are 67 in number. And in the result list, I can see the first one is a judgment. How I can come to know? In the form of labels also I can make out. 5 denotes that this is quorum strength or bench strength is 5 for this case. And J stands for judgment. Similarly, on serial number 2, D stands for digest note, and of course 5 is the quorum strength. Now, remember in Supreme Court, most of the time, the entire judgment is never overruled. Only a few law points out of the entire other law points, only few of them are overruled, and the rest of the law still holds good. So I want to know which all law points are overruled. For that purpose, I can just scroll down, and wherever I see this red circle, which denotes that this particular law point has been overruled. So I can see one over here. Similarly, if I scroll down further, I'm seeing one on 8 number. And considering that there are too many law points, so scrolling and searching them one by one will take more time. To save on time, what I'll do in search within search, I'll key in overruled. I'll type overruled and start the search. So this way, software will now pick all the overruled law points and then only show me those. So that is 17 is the total number over here. First one is a judgment because overruled is mentioned somewhere. Therefore, this has also appeared in the overruled law points. Second one is overruled. Third one again is a digest note where overruled is mentioned, but it's not an overruled law point. So wherever you see the red circle, those are the law points which are overruled. So we came to know about that. Let's open this one overruled law point, that is Article 19, protection of certain rights, the 7 freedoms. And here the opinion of former Chief Justice Ray is available. I can see that. Followed by that, I can see the opinion of Justice Beg on the same law point. Article 19. Then Justice Chandrachud, and then followed by that Justice Bhagwati, and the last one is of Justice Khanna, but his law point, his this thing opinion on this law point is dissenting. So that is also mentioned in the bracket. So out of 5 judges, 4 judges opinion is there, and the 5th one is not agreeing on that. He is dissenting. So his opinion on the same law point is also mentioned over there. So all the judges law opinion on this law point is kept in a single document, whereas if you were doing your legal research and reading the entire judgment, imagine how much of time it will take you to do this collation. I mean, each judge has spoken on this particular point, what all he has spoken. So in the entire hundreds of pages, you will be going to and fro, and then coming to one particular single document over here, which has been done by the editorial. So that is the power of head notes, right? And then when we scroll down to the bottom, you also come to know that in which case law it has been overruled. So here in this case, the 76 judgment has been overruled in KS Puttaswamy versus Union of India. Now, this judgment, I also wanted to see the precedence of this judgment, where it has been, say, let's say, distinguished or followed or relied upon, etc. So if I want to know that, for that purpose, I'll use this case reference option. This is the third icon in the third column in the form of a lens and that small document. Yeah, I single click on this will now display all the judgments where this 1976 judgment has been cited. So you can see in the 1950, that's a backward reference, A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. On Article 21, there is one remark by the editorial, see more fully ADM Jabalpur versus Shivakant Shukla. Okay. On this point. Similarly, you see one from 2017, 2006 and all. So if I select, say, let's say this 2006 judgment in the form of a forward referencing here, and this Article 141 on this particular law point, ADM Jabalpur versus Shivakant Shukla has been relied on. So the kind of treatment given to this judgment, whether it's relied on or distinguished or merely cited or followed on, everything will be available to you here. And not only that, on this particular law point, if you are doing your legal research, apart from this this particular judgment of this ADM Jabalpur, you are also able to view KSRT versus KSRTC versus Madhav Shetty. Then there is another one from Director of Settlements. So instead of getting one judgment, you get one into many folds, maybe 3 or 4 times other case laws as well, which are mentioned there in the form of the head notes, which makes your legal research much more exhaustive. So let me just move back to the dashboard, and the option of find by citation. Yes, in find by citation, I can not only search on the basis of SCC. There are some 200 plus citation formats available right here in this menu, whether it's an AIR or an ILR or maybe income tax report or whatever. So you can also use the search area and put the abbreviation, let's say, for example, AIR, I want to look for. So it will give me all the formats. So let me select Supreme Court and I enter the year and the page index automatically appears. So let me select the first page itself and click on Get Citation. Now this judgment, which has been published in SCC, it shows me the citation of SCC in the judgment. Whereas I go to the digest note, that is a summary. In the summary, what our editorial has done, they have also incorporated the equivalent citations. So apart from the SCC citation, you can see Criminal Law Journal, ECR, and all India cases and AIR. That's how we reached there. So even if you had maybe any other citation which is mentioned over here, still you would have reached to this page in the by virtue of the equivalent citations that have been kept over here. Now let's move back to the dashboard. We can also browse on the basis of section judgments or maybe any other documents as well. So what you'll do is you'll enter the principal act over here, whether it is a contract act or the penal code, what all is there. don't use the Indian in the first place, because it will then show you a huge list. So what we did, we just enter the principal act name, that is, let's say, Contract Act, and the entire section list appears over here. Now within this section list, if I'm selecting, say, let's specific section, let's say section 17 of the Contract Act, I click on the go button, and it will now display all the judgments and the digest notes and the act itself on section 17 right in front of me. So this way you can search on the basis of a section as well, case laws. Now moving back to the dashboard, we also had this in the browse segment, the articles. These articles are from the law review journals, 62 top professional law journals from leading national law universities as well as the institutions. So you can see the list over here. If you have a specific article title, you can use the filter also. Let's say climate change, I was reading on. So I'll just use the filter, and now I can see over here. First one, Developing World Review on Trade and Competition. This is the institution, RTC. Then Environment Law and Practice Review, ELPR, and so on and so forth. So you can just read all those articles over here in the articles segment section, law review journals that you have over here. And apart from that, you have some blogs and Tagore law lectures. Entire series is there.
I think you should check, Mr. Anuj, I think we also have NUJS journal over here. Please check once.
Great. Yeah, sure.
No, just go on the drop down.
All right. This way it will give me very few. Yeah. NUJS. Yes. So National University of Juridical Sciences is there. So your university's entire, volume wise, you can see over here. Beginning 2020 is the last one that we had, and all the law review journals are there. All right. So you can read all of them over here. Pratik Datta, Varun Marwa, and Ulka Bhattacharya. So resolving financial firms in India, the way forward. Great. So coming back to the dashboard, you have this secondary materials. In the secondary materials, you have the bills in Parliament that I talked about, means the ones with bills which are introduced as well as passed in both the houses. Those are there. And coming to the constitutional documents, you get the constitutional acts as well as the entire Constituent Assembly debates, beginning volume 1 to 12. This was all debated before independence, just below 3 years. All these volumes came up, and there is an index also of Constitution of India article to draft and draft to article. This conversion table is also available. So what was the corresponding clause in the draft constitution, that is there, and what was the final article para number. So para number 1 in the draft is now para number 2, and same way you can see the entire list, and of course it will also show you date on which it was discussed and approved in the third column. So that is the constitutional documents. This apart, we have the historical trials, policy documents from various ministries, departments, let's say agriculture, education, electricity, etc. And the reports of commissions and committees, various commissions and committees, including the law commission reports before independence, as well as the present ones, the current ones. So all of them are available right here. I think the latest one was August 2018. That was the last that I could see. Yeah, 277 report number is the last one. Now let's move back to the dashboard. Also show you, of course, treaties, multilateral, bilateral with the other countries that we have. Those are also kept here. Then moot court resources. Now this helps in the preparation for your moot court competitions. All these what you call universities that you see the list over here, they are all universities where their moot court competitions we have sponsored, and therefore we have this data in front of us. So you can simply select one of the moot courts any of those, let's say NLU Jodhpur, the latest one, 21. Antitrust, it is of course moot, and then you had a problem as well as the winning team memo. In this case, antitrust moot, it's informant and the opposite party. That's what is mentioned over here. So this will help you in your preparation for the moot courts. This information you will not find on any of the free resources, right? So this way you can get it. And the blogging site, our micro blogging site, which has the latest legal news, etc. While in software also, some of that has been kept here under this browse legal business news. So you can click on this and it will show you the ones, case briefs, etc., which are uploaded on the blogging site, whether it is a Supreme Court or the High Court or Tribunal, etc. So this way it is indexed year wise, month wise, and then you can just scroll on the date wise as well. And you can see here the latest one, no more Tariq and all that stuff is there. And that's what the Supreme Court discussed here, and it's ordered by Justice Amar Shah. And then there's a special leave to appeal also number is available over here. So you can get that information right here within the software under the legal business news, and the same other categories are also available over here. Now, let me just move back to the dashboard. There were few options within the this what you call search results that we had. Let's say I want to print a judgment, or I want to copy a para of a judgment. How can I do that? Let me just go to the Supreme Court judgments only here and show you that as well. Now, once the text appears in third column right here, what you can see is once it proceeds, it's about Motor Vehicles Act, Motor Accident Compensation. That was the query. And these highlighted lines that you see over here, they are part of the digest note, the summary. And here it says it's mentioned about appeals allowed and all that stuff. And then it starts with the para numbers, right? Now, if I use the manual method of highlighting, that is not activated right here because it has also some portion of the digest note or the head note or the summary. But yes, judgment portion you can copy. There are, icons appearing before the para numbers. So if I click on this particular notepad small icon, a green tick appears. So para number 2, then the para number 3, then the para number 4. Multiple paras I want to copy. I can do that by selecting these paras. And then after the selection, you click on this what you call fourth icon in the third column in the form of a tick mark or tick on a document in the background. You click on that, one single click, and now extract these paras which I had selected in the new window. Each and every para has the source that this extract is taken from so and so case law, the citation, the equivalent citation, and the page number. Every para will have this in the beginning, starting with. And now I can mail it across or copy and paste it in a draft or mail it across to myself or my colleague. So that is the copy paste feature. This apart, if you can save it, this judgment, you can mail this judgment, and of course you can print it. But when you go to the print, it will show you true print and non-true print as well. So what is the difference between the two? True print will give you the exact image copy of the print journal that you have in your library, physical journal. Same, it's a picture photo image of that. So you take a print from here or you take a photocopy from your print journal is one and the same thing. So you can see same highlighting, paragraphing, pagination, everything. So that's why it's called a true print. And non-true print will be a HTML page like you see here right now. So it will just print in plain text and computer generated print for you. So that is a true print versus non-true print. You can share this document and of course you can copy paste, etc. But what if I am doing one research and I want to prepare a compilation of cases which are relevant to me and I want to put them in my moot court or later in my profession in the court itself. So in moot court or court, what you can do is you can prepare a case compilation. If you do it manually, then it will take you a couple of hours, but here it will be a matter of a minute or so. So how fast it is and how useful it is, let us see that. Click on this add to my SCC online folders, this icon, that is the second icon in the third column. And then it will show you my folders by default. You click on change folder to create a new folder. Once you select my folder, you click on the bottom option of new folder. New folder gets created. Once the new folder gets created, it will also prompt you to name it. So let's put something like that, because I'm not putting any dot in between, because special characters, hyphen, star, comma, etc. will not be considered. So this way I've done it in the abbreviation, and then I click on select folder. Now it is being displayed. Yeah, we have created, we have renamed, and it's selected. Now after that I click on OK, and the first document, the judgment that you saw, which is appearing here, has been saved in this folder. And where is this folder being saved or created? It's been created on the cloud, on the SCC online server, and therefore you don't need to bother about the disk space occupation, hard disk space occupation. And the second best thing is that it can be accessed through any of the devices, whether it's a tab or a mobile as well. While you are on the go, these folders can be accessed, they are accessible. Now coming to the next one, again I want to save this one as well. I click on add to my SCC online folders. It's already selected, so I click on OK. And same way I can use the other so documents which I want to save. I choose one, whether it's a high court or a tribunal or an article or whatever, different types of documents. Once the addition is done, then I want to retrieve it around next time. So what I'll do is, adjacent to the dashboard, there's a My SCC Online icon. I'll go there and use this view folders under my folders. When I click on view folders, it will show me all the documents, all the folders that I have created. And the latest one that I have created is already selected. And on the second column, I can see the documents that I had attached to this folder are being now displayed. Right. So you can see on the first column, it's already selected. And then when I see the result list, if I want to prepare a case compilation of all of them, I'll click on this checkbox. All the three get selected. Then adjacent to those in the result list, there is an action toolbar. And in the action toolbar, when I select the last option, that is create case compilation, the last option was create case compilation. It will show me the compilation titles. And on the bottom, I can click on the create. I can also move the index 1 up, down, etc. as per my wish. Then click on create. This will now create a case compilation. While we are discussing about the case compilation, the software in the background will or is preparing the case compilation for you. And this case compilation comprises of two segments. One is the table of contents, as you can see right now on the third column, the title of the judgment is there, and the page numbering is automatically done by the software. So page number 1 to 2, first document, 3 to 4, second, and from 5 to 6, the third. All of them are appearing like this. Now, when I can also enter my notes, my remarks. Let's say I want to discuss in para number 2, page number so and so, or something on that. So I can make this bold, italic, etc. as well. And once I do the changes, I click on save button to save these changes permanently. Then I, in the second column, move to the pages. I click on pages. Now, when I click on pages, you will notice that page numbering is already done in the square box on the right top corner. The first document is page number 1 to 2, and from page number 3, the next one, new one starts. So it's in continuation. And now I need to just simply click on this download case compilation in the second column, and both the segments, that is the table of contents as well as the documents, get downloaded in your downloads folder. From there, you can take a print and present it in your moot court and later on in your profession in the court itself. So that is the case compilation feature for you. So I think I've covered most of the options, and Chetan, if you have anything to add in to this, kindly you can just, if there is anything you want to add, Chetan. No, I don't think so.
Nishan, I
So,
think let's take the question here.
Oh, okay. So now we are open to the questions. You can kindly unmute and then ask the query, what all you have.
Sir, all the judgments are like can be copied, because sometimes I see
Yes.
in some of the judgments it cannot be copied. Some
Alright.
can be copied, but some cannot be.
Yeah. So
So, sir,
how you are copying? You are using the manual method of highlighting and Control C kind of Control V, or what else? Or the other one which I showed you? Which method do
No,
you
actually the
apply?
manual one. Sir, I actually couldn't.
All right.
I haven't understood exactly what you clicked to open that window where you were
All right.
copying, because I
I'll
used to
just-
copy manually and I saw some
Fine.
could be copied and some couldn't be.
All right. I'll just show you, explain you. First thing, whenever you are, going for the copy paste feature, if the judgment is, printed or published in the journal, that will be a true print. That is, it is the exact image copy of the print journal, right? There are judgments where those are not published yet. Let's take this example of 16th of August 21 on compensation in motor accident. This judgment hasn't yet been published, so you can see the citation is also slightly different. Instead of SCC and then the first thing year and then volume and SCC and the page number, you see SCC online, not SCC. So this is an online citation, and here if I use the highlighting option, you can see that it is available, it's activated, and I use simply Control C Control V, I am able to do it. But when I open a judgment which is already published in the journal, like in this case, I cannot use the manual method. Let's see, I'm trying to highlight, I'm not able to, it's not available. So in that case, what is the method? Because judgment is an open source, yes, you can copy part of it, if not the digest notes. So I'll go to the judgment portion. When in judgment portion I am, you will notice in the beginning of the para number, there is a small icon. If I double click on this icon, this para number 2 gets extracted in a new window. From here, I can mail it across to myself or my colleague, or copy and paste it. Even though not entire para, I want only 2-3 lines. This can be done here. Manual highlighting is available. Now, this
Okay,
apart.
sir, understood. Thank you, sir.
If you have more than one para, then you can single click and there's multiple selections will happen. And then you click on the what you call this copy, smart copy option over here. And all the selected paras will get extracted in the same window, in the new window. All right. So if is there any other query? You may please come up. All right, I'll just in the meanwhile show you the help feature also. This help feature is screen based, means I am right now in the text window, so it's talking about smart copy, it's talking about case reference, etc. In some other screen, let's say if I'm in an act and a bare act, the options might differ a little bit, but one option will remain universal, that is view user manual. You click on that, it will open a new page for you. This is in the form of a help center. You get these frequently read articles like case compilation, or how to log in through the IP, or how to use the OR operator. But what if I have something beyond this? So you can type that over here. Let's say in this case near operator, and the moment I key in, it will give me the suggestion, and I select one and can see the example over here, the illustrated example. Similarly, we have kept some of the webinars we did last year with the judiciary, with the law firms, etc. So all of them are there. So when you type webinar, you get these 7-8 titles. You select any one of the titles. Let's say advanced search, I want to know more about. So it will give a brief and also a link to our YouTube channel, so you can watch it. So this is the help feature, help center that we have over here. All right. Any other query you have? Any other students has? May please ask. All right. I'll just share the email ID of ours. That is learning@scconline.com. This is department mail. So you get a quick response on this. You can reach us on that email, through that email, and there is a one toll-free number also, so that also can be accessed. So through that you can access. It is available from 10 in the morning till 7 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. So I'm sharing that as well. So these are the modes with which you can reach us. All right, it seems there are no further queries. So again, I'll just close this session. Yes, please.